you know, I'm trying to lose weight, so fish has very little value to me early on, because it gains you weight. But so because of that, we did start out where oh, maybe I can still catch. Not that. Probably too late to catch the end of the broadcast to see if we have a helicopter. Yeah, too late. That's fine. I'm gonna go on the assumption there's not a helicopter. Alright, it's time to actually get back into the fight. I mean, just a reminder for everyone, there's been a lot of requests for me after I did the City Skylines the other day to play more City Skylines on stream, which sounds awesome to me. But we have been trying to figure out where we're going to fit it in the schedule, because my schedule is pretty full up. So I've got a vote going on the Discord, that the two things I'm considering is, one, doing away with Other Games Day temporarily to do City Skylines for that, or two is to give up one of our days for Project Zomboid during the week and make that a day for City Skylines, so we'd have 3 days for Project Zomboid as opposed to right now we've got 4. I don't know what day we would get rid of for Project Zomboid though. That's one of the things still in the air. But so if you have if you have any thoughts or opinions on that, please hop in the Discord, and it's under announcements. It's got an ad here and everything. Just hop in there and say, hey, you know what? Like, Other Game Day can go away, or you know, I'd really rather you. I mean, it seemed fair. Like I didn't put on there. I probably should have that. You know, hey, I'd rather just not City Skyline or Cities Skyline. I don't know why I singularized it. But it sounded really good to me. People seem to be very, like, I was actually surprised. I was not expecting nearly as many viewers for it. So it did perform well, all things considered. So I'm down to do more. And that's part of why we do the Other Game Day, is just to like play other games that people like really resonate to our game. Maybe it eventually becomes one of the games that I play primarily on the channel. You know, and it's also good for those one-off games. It's like, okay, this is only good for a stream or two. But, well, you know, we'll do it for a stream or two, and then that'll be the end of that. Because I do know people also get tired of seeing the same content over and over, because for as much as we play Project Zomboid, it can be repetitive what we're doing in the game. Like, especially this run where it's drive out, kill zombies, kill more zombies, kill more zombies, kill all the zombies, drive home, repeat, helicopter show up, pivot to deal with helicopter, repeat. And it's also cool, like, people are into that. But I do know some people, it's like, oh, you're not doing something new or interesting, which is fair. Which is why I like to mix it up. And on that note, tomorrow and Monday are our days we play RimWorld. We're getting really close to our second reset for the Arco Nexus run. Unfortunately, in that run, Poity is still dead. More than likely, we'll be getting a new Poity in the new colony, because Randy just does not want to give us Resurrection Serum, so that Poity has remained dead and ready to be resurrected this whole time, and it's just apparently not in the cards, which is a shame, because Poity's pawn was really well situated for our situation, and will probably get left behind. Because it's a skeleton missing a head. So you know, there's that. The good news is also, because we're away for a couple of days, like, most of those bodies will probably be gone, and then on top of that, sure, zombies will have moved into the areas we cleared, but they'll still be fine, because we'll still be wiping out all those new zombies that are in that area without having to, like, do as much trying to get them to come out for us and everything. Because while we were definitely pushing for the bookstore, that was mostly because we knew we were going to be stuck at home, and I was hoping to have the book done, so that the skill we would have worked on would have been tailoring as opposed to metalworking, but you know. Progress is progress, doesn't matter what it's in. The potato radish salad is apparently not the most satiating thing in the world, in case anyone's wondering. Yep. Yeah, we did have, it was like 200 something cabbage in the freezer, but we've eaten it all. It's gone. I think at this point it would have gone bad anyways. Yeah, it's this road that had a bunch of bodies on it that is what caused us to damage our other car, because the bodies were all in one lane, and we tried to follow the other lane. It was just a little bit snug to try and pull off at 55 miles an hour, so we did bang into a tree. So the area we're clearing right now is Riverside. We've been actually just cutting right through the middle of downtown, trying to push the Enigma bookstore. So my plan for that is basically just keep pushing through downtown till we reach the other side of downtown. After which we'll start, you know, going down the side streets, seeing what there is, deal with it. It's roads like this that I don't care for, because I don't want to fight the zombies near the edges because of the trees. So they become littered with bodies. There's one here and there's one back there. Yeah, so the immediate we're working on is just pushing Riverside. We're already in Riverside when it comes to like where we've cleared. Like it'll probably be pretty full up from the zombies moving in after we've left. That's fine. But we'll roll in there, we'll keep clearing the zombies. My hope, honestly, is I'm really hoping to get myself on either like one of like the fire marshal trucks or an ambulance or a police truck, anything with sirens that's not terrible. Because if I get that, I plan to kind of like pull up to the side of town, blast the sirens for a couple of seconds, shut it all down, see what shakes out, kill it, rinse and repeat, and just instant across town trying to draw everything to me so I don't have to go like poking about the various roads. And also, as a friendly reminder, for those who haven't noticed, the patch notes have been put out there. I believe I've got them linked in the Discord. But the big thing, like they are doing a bunch of reworks with foraging and all that to kind of tweak and improve it. But the big thing that, more than anything else, I want to warn people about is where you can currently safely drink from lakes and rivers directly, you will no longer be able to do that. So if you depend on that, it's time to come up with a new plan. Yeah, this was all bodies before, so this is good. Gotcha. I mean, okay, so it's not like you take one sip and it just puts you in the grave, but it will potentially make you sick. So it basically means like it'll be like the old poison berries were, where you could eat a poison berry, eat a couple fresh berries, eat a poison berry, and you'd be okay, kind of thing. But yeah. So, one thing I'm going to check for, this is probably a mistake. You know what, I'm not going to check for it. I was gonna check to see if there's another car battery charger. That way I could leave a car battery charger up here. We've got the generator by one of these fuel pumps. So it's easier, but it's like, Gotcha. Yeah, I had been told that the new berries, like the new poison berries, like eating the poison berries is just asking for immediate death. Whereas the old one, as long as you have like weak stomach, you could eat 2 poison berries. And it's that third poison berry that was the one that got super sketch. But yeah, mushrooms eating a poison mushroom will kill you. Thank you for the follow. Tolmart, welcome to the stream. How many Zeds did I have to kill to take the factory? I don't know how many Zeds there were there, but I believe we wrapped that up, if I was going to guess, somewhere around, like, what are we at now? Probably around 24,000 would be my guess. Before we took it. And I think we probably rolled in there 19,000, give or take, would be my guess. Maybe a little more than 19,000. Like if you popped in the VOD, you can probably see when I started pushing it, when I did. It gets really tricky because sometimes you have to fall back and clear out an area if you already cleared because helicopters or meta events or that kind of nonsense. But yeah. So it's like 4 or 5K with kind of an asterisk. Just because, again, you have zombies being drawn in from all sorts of events, like helicopters, meta events, migrations trying to fill in the gaps, that kind of stuff. But yeah. It is a couple thousand. And I'm keeping the radio on both, so if there were to be a helicopter, I would notice it right away. I don't think that's going to be a problem. But the other thing is, I have it blasting absolutely full volume, so that any zombies within radio range of the car will hear it and come to the car. Because, you know, this isn't a run that I sneak around at all. It's just literally any zombie I see I want to kill. Honking your horn is way louder than the radio. The horn is, I'll get to the horn, but I'll work up to it. Because it's really big area. Versus the radio will be out here somewhere-ish, is probably how far it hears. The horn would probably be, like, screen and a half away. That said, when we get to the point that we're not having a bunch of zombies show up in the main routes and all that, we'll honk our horn to draw them in. That's kind of the way you go, is you start with just some noise and you just keep escalating. Until you're zooming around to sirens blasting. Alright, I see those push-ups. Let me just get through the zombies here and we'll get those knocked out. Should have slashed you. Oh, I mean, that... If our one hit completely destroyed the garment, that means that garment was already trash. Skills are looking good. What I'm going to go ahead and do is I'll kill this zombie, pause the game. Nope, we got bodies disappearing down here. Which just means we've hit the 9 days, I believe it is. Like 9 days ago I was killing the zombies at that exact spot. Yep, there went by, and there goes another one. This one should appear soon. Disappear, probably 2 hits worth time. Maybe not. That's fine, whatever. Alright, so let me pause the game. I'll bring up the skills. Slide over here so it's not behind the text. And you can check it out while I do these push-ups. Yep, fast learner. We don't have like any XP modifiers on the thing. We didn't like 1.5 for XP or anything like that. Oh yeah, I mean, we have killed almost 29,000 zombies. Like that's the thing. People are like, oh, your character must work out all the time. I'm like, I mean, do you count zombie caving skulls working out? Because if so, absolutely all day long, every day. If you don't count it, we've done 2 rounds of exercises, maybe 3, and that's it. All those cars trapped in there, I'm like, yeah, those are probably nice cars. I don't even want to deal with all the trees, though. Alright, so per normal, now we're getting into the area again. First thing we do is we secure our exit. Now in this case, our exit is the place we're sleeping in over here. Oh, sorry, next road up. Yeah, always, you know, secure your retreat, whatever, first, then advance. Integer Smirk goes, Zombasthetics? Yeah. You know, you do a little stabbing, you do a little caving of skulls. Sometimes you do nice, I don't even know what you call it, like the baseball bat swing, the horizontal swings. Little of everything. Combat is akin to jazzercise. Best workout. I mean, honestly, like, I remember way back before I was doing this type of this type of content, like, we would sit there, and every time it would rain, we would just slam workouts for the entire day, like, sucking down pain pills and all that. And, you know, it didn't, like, it helped, don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna say it didn't. But honestly, the progress I feel like we make just by fighting the zombies is better. I mean, part of that's because we're moving around, we're always slightly, not overburdened, but we're carrying, you know, enough weight that we're gaining strength XP by just walking around forever. And then the combat helps with both fitness and with strength. And those actually help with combat as well. Yeah, and that's the car we were driving. I've left it here as a spare, just in case something were to happen to this car, like we either have to abandon it because it gets overrun by zombies, or, you know, like, this car has 2 tires blow out or its engine gets ruined, whatever. Doesn't matter to the cause. Any reason we can't continue using this car, I have a backup so we don't have to walk home. Because I had to be, I was like, oh, I could tow this home. I was like, you know, I'm going to leave it here. I'm going to stage it here. So it's got a near full tank of gas. I believe it's missing a window, but I don't actually care about that. For a car that's purpose is just get you home. Okay, I'm not trying to push farther into this neighborhood, really. It's just make sure there's not a horde, right? Because we've been sleeping in this house. Make sure the horde not right there. And there isn't, so we've killed it. So now, home is clear. With that out of the way, we'll turn around and just keep pushing this way. Burn Inside also says little running of generators around. Yeah, we've run some generators around. We have 3 generators currently staged at places. We have one that's at our main base. We have one that's at the gas station near the warehouse, and one that's at the gas station down in here in Riverside. Burn Inside is also my RimWorld has a marriage ceremony going on. I wasn't sure if whose music I was hearing, but it's yours. Gas stations are not unlimited, so I'm going to say they're unlimited asterisks. They technically have a limit, but it's a very, very, very high limit to the point it might as well not be limited. Because I want to say it's like in the tens of thousands per gas pump. So like the whole gas station doesn't have like a shared thing. Each gas pump has its own. We are talking like tens of thousands of gas per pump. And as you can figure out, each gas can pulls like 10 gas. So it's going to take a long time before you tap out any pumps, let alone the actual gas station. I'm not going to take the time. That's fine, you guys migrate. I'm not going to take the time to try and collect bullets out of every single gun anymore. We've been doing that. It's tedious, and it's not that meaningful. Like, if we see boxes of guns places, or boxes of guns and people will grab them, but I'm not going to sit there and take each gun, take it out, eject the magazine, rack the gun, unload the magazine, put the gun in the magazine back, because we already have spares of all of them. Yeah, so where I was saying, like, the gas stations technically have a limit, but it's just so high, it doesn't matter. It might as well not have a limit. Like, for context, if you had a whole group of people who are trying to use gas about as abusively as possible, so they're just being as inefficient as they possibly could with gas, it would still likely take years and years and years and years to run out of gas. And that'd be at a single gas station. So, not really a worry. Like, I'd honestly take it as a badge of honor if you did run a pump out of gas. Alright, we're gonna go slow because we have a ridiculous amount of bodies here. This is where I've been clearing. When I say this is where I've been clearing, you can see like the whole length up that we've been on this road on the minimap that's been revealed. It just gets more and more dense with corpses the whole way. Yeah, but we're probably going to see a whole bunch of zombies and have to clear our way back up. Just because we've been away a while, all the zombies that normally would only see a couple of them show up on the path at a time. A whole bunch could be here because... Hey. A whole bunch could be here because they've taken the time to migrate, fill in the gap, all that kind of stuff. Luckily, when you one-shot things pretty reliably, that's not a big deal. Alright, we got Fosuyo dropping in a hydrate and a posture check. So give me a chance to adjust my posture. And I'll get the hydrate. And good seeing you, Fosuya. Then there's another horde down here. We're not like trying to specifically push the town. We were before the fog because we wanted to get the book to have it to work on stuff. But that's not really a thing that's a priority right now anymore because we're past that fog. So it's just kill zombie. Ah, I gotcha. Yeah, there's been quite a few people who have viewers on the channel who unfortunately, you know, caught COVID recently. So far, all the ones I've heard about, you know, while some of them have had like a bit of a rough recovery, everyone has been recovering. 1 hour days. I know a lot of people prefer the 2 hour days to get more done. I really don't care for what the longer days do with stuff like making your books take longer, make the helicopter stick around longer, make it way longer to recover from exertion, all that kind of nonsense. To me, the game seems like very deliberately balanced around 1 hour days, and once you mess with it, some stuff gets kind of scuff. Not that there's anything wrong with it. Still doing the 4x settings. We are at 16 times population. No respawns, multiple helicopters, the whole shebang. Making good progress. We've passed 29,000 zombies as a couple minutes ago. Yeah, it's a shame there's no police car here. And as I mentioned earlier in the stream, we have commissioned our new set of emotes, so those will be coming probably, I would guess, mid next week. When they do arrive, I am going to be reshuffling a bit of... Yeah, I know. It's those things, like, I'm actually at the point I probably could do with just not picking up the hunting knives. I've got like 40 of them now, between what I've got on me, what back at base and all that. So it's like, if I happen to just be standing at a hunting knife that I notice, I'll grab it, but, you know... Going out of my way for him is just not necessary anymore. Poshuyo says, nice to see something is still similar to what I was seeing before Christmas. You know, yep. Yeah. And Project Zomboid is going to probably be sticking around this channel for a good while. It is kind of still the main draw for a lot of people to the channel. That said, we actually currently are looking at potentially bumping down our number of days of Project Zomboid by one more. So going from where I currently play 4 days a week Project Zomboid to 3 days a week. There are possibilities that we get rid of our other games day because people really liked Cities Skyline. And so I was like, you know what? If y'all want me to play a whole bunch more of that, I'm down to play some Cities Skyline. Like, that is a fun game for me that I wanted to do more to get more achievements that I've been missing and all that. So I'm absolutely down to play. If people want to see it, all the better. I just got to figure out where it fits in the schedule. So those are kind of two things I've been debating on, which I do have a thing on Discord asking for feedback with that, saying, hey, here's my thoughts. What do people want? And so far, it actually has been more people would like to... that zombie... I only saw the corner of my eye, and I practically jumped in my seat. The one that came from behind we just killed. But, there's actually been more people who want to see me drop a Project Zomboid day than anything else. Like, I've had one or two people who prefer other game days go away. Like 3-4 people who wanted the to go from 4 days Project Zomboids to 3, and then there was a bunch of people who said like I am indifferent. And Fosuja dropping in the weird flex, showing off how much points they have. They can just yeet those points into non-existent and feel good about it. Weird flex is best way. Hey, Rockbeard, how's it going? Mr. Lamprey cashing in on 10 push-ups, so let me go ahead and knock those out real fast, and I'll be right back. Gotcha. Yeah, and that's actually something I'm trying to avoid, Fosuya, is it can be bad for me as the person streaming and for the channel to be like, you know, you are a whatever game. Exhausted from a rough day at work. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, hopefully we can help you have a nice, chill, relaxing evening. Things are pretty good here, though. But I'm trying to avoid being like, oh, this person is a Project Zomboid streamer kind of thing. Because then you kind of get yourself pigeonholed there. Oh yeah, but we actually had we have on our schedule. Trying to not destroy that varsity jacket, but so like already we have had on Thursdays we do other game days where we play just one-off games. Okay, tell me that jacket's in good shape. After all that work, it's just not. Gotcha. Well, tomorrow, we actually, Oh yeah, Rockford. So basically what we got is we played Cities, I don't know why I want to singularize it. Cities Skylines, for our other game day this week, so Thursday. And people, like, it actually had a really good turnout. Not quite the numbers I get with Project Zomboid, but a really good turnout. And for just the first day we've done it, that's actually a really good sign that it's a game that fits the channel. But a lot of people are like, you played that game the other day. We really want you to play more of it. What can we do to get you to play more Cities Skylines? And I'm like, I'm down. I just got to figure out where to, fit in the schedule. So, what I was thinking, those the two options I came up with was either A, we cut Project Zomboid down from 4 days to 3 days a week, and then I haven't decided which day would go away if that's the case. But the other option was to just get rid of the other games days. Now, the challenge is if I get rid of the other games days, then, the problem is if you wanted me to play like a one-off game, like it would have to be something we schedule. Like it'd be a whole thing. So far it does seem like people wanna bounce one of the Project Zomboid days in favor of Cities Skylines. Yeah, well, one thing to point out, Fosuya, is I don't really play Cities Skylines the same as a lot of people. A lot of people, it's like they play it, they kind of just manage to try to make it good as possible. I try to make the cities like real cities. So like the city we were working on, we've got retention ponds everywhere. We've got like the whole area we've majorly forested, so the whole thing doesn't look plastic. All that kind of stuff. Yeah, I thought before, like earlier today was a 50-50 split, and then I thought the bounce in the Project Zomboid day took the lead by like 1 or 2 votes. And I do want people to voice in, and it's not going to change anything like this current week, but it could be that next week we bump the schedule around. But that's all I'm figuring out is I've had a lot of people who would say, hey, I want to see you play more of that. And it did well, so I'm like, alright, I'm down. And it's just figuring out where to put it. And like you'll notice I did not put cutting RimWorld on the schedule because I really like RimWorld and a lot of people have been following it, and I don't think we can do RimWorld if it's just 1 day a week because we won't make any meaningful progress any meaningful time, so people it'll take too long to do anything. Because that's the only reason RimWorld was not even considered. Let's see. Integer Smirk says, a challenge is that doing the, I don't know, BHAGS requires serious game time. I don't know what you mean by that. I don't know the acronym BHAGS. But Fosuya said, but I'd be happy as long as your channel keeps me chill behind. Most importantly, things work out for you. Yes, so that's the whole point. We're keeping the vibe. Big, hairy, audacious goals. Okay. Darkstrider said, by the way, are we still going to be playing RimWorld tomorrow? Yes. The plan is to do RimWorld tomorrow and the day after. So Sunday, Monday. That part of the schedule I know is going to remain the same. The thing that's up in the air is whether Thursday switches to City Skylines or one of the Project Zomboid days switches to City Skylines. Kind of the first thing is if Project Zomboid switches, then I'm going to have to figure out what day bumps. Because I did really like the whole, I had 2 Project Zomboid days, a day of something else, 2 Project Zomboid days, a day or 2 of something else. and like having that nice little rotation, because that's also nice for my hands, because Project Zomboid is pretty rough on your hands if you just keep going at these types of run constantly. So it was nice to have him mix it up. TTK. Oh no, not tomorrow. We're in the middle of an Arco Nexus run, and then my plan is once the Arco Nexus run is over, win or lose, then I might give Rim Connect or one of those other type of things a go. Like, if it might be something that we do as a one-off, like we do a serious run, you know, have some like goals with that, work through that, and then, you know, after that serious run comes to an end, again, win or lose, then we do like a Rim Connect for a one-off, just goof off, silly, that kind of thing. Because I feel like that's a good mix. So that's kind of what we're doing in Project Zomboid these days, is I'll do this 16x pop over the top run, and then win or lose, which has been, you know, lose because we haven't accomplished the goal yet. I'll switch over to some other run. Alright, Fosu, you get your rest and you feel better. I'm almost wondering, like, with where you've been away for a while, like, how much the how much the stream has seemed to change since you've been gone. Because there's lots of stuff I've done to improve the stream since then. Oh yeah, the Frozen one is really neat. I think my only complaint about the Frozen run is we kind of got ourselves situated pretty quickly, and then after that it was like waiting for it to get hard. Is that? Have I ever heard of a game called Stone Shard? No, I have not. Any games you think I might enjoy, by all means, the game suggestions channel we have on the Discord, please drop them in there. If for any reason you're just like, no, I really don't want to join a Discord, if you can like ask someone else to drop it in, that's fine too. The big thing is that it's in there so I can find it. Because like Twitch chat, I don't have a way of meaningfully searching it all that after stream. Interaction levels are higher, clear objectives, push-up counter, min-map. Yep, mini-map. Yep. There's a whole bunch of stuff. We've got all sorts of scenes now, like you got that scene, when I have to eat, when I'm stretching. We have like a startup timer. I don't remember if that was here last time we were on. We have like the ending timer, more emotes. We actually technically have merch, but I mean that's just because there's a merch store thing. So like, all right, well, put it there. If people use it, great. If people don't.